Is audio video clear? So just give the comment. Right. So in the yesterday class, okay, we have seen okay, pointers. We have completed the pointers. So next, let's continue with the next topic in the continuation. So that is the structures. So the first we'll study the structures and unions, and next we'll study arrays and recursion. There are two, three topics. So we'll try to finish whatever is possible. Right. Note down. Keep the heading structures. Note down. First point. Structures is used. Structure is used to create. Structure is used to create user defined data type. Structure is used to create a user defined data type. Structure is used to create a user defined data type. Full stop. The two different operators. The two different operators are used in the structures. The two different operators are used in the structures. Okay, note down. Number one is a dot. So this is a structure to member. Okay, structure to member. Okay, it means a structure variable. Structure variable to member variable. Structure variable to member variable. And next one is a arrow. Arrow. This is a pointer variable. Pointer variable to member variable. Okay, two different operators are used in the structures. Two different operators are used in the structures. The first one is what? Dot. Dot means what? Structure variable to member variable. So this is arrow. Arrow means what? Arrow symbol is not there in the keyboard. On the keyboard you don't have arrow symbol. You have to use hyphen and greater than symbol. Okay, arrow symbol is not there on the keyboard. Keyboard mein nahi hai. So you have to use the hyphen. Okay, right? Sorry. Hyphen and arrow mark like a greater than symbol. Okay. So, okay, this is arrow mark. So that is what a pointer variable to member variable. Okay. So these are the two different operators used in the structures. Okay. Note down. Keep it as a note. Keep it as note. Note down the points. Note down all the points. Note down the first point. Structure contains member variables. Point number one. Structure contains member variables. Member variables. Okay, that's the first point. Structure contains member variables. Second point, the size of the structure the size of the structure is sum of all the member variables. Size of the structure is sum of all the member variables. Number two. Next, third point. We cannot define a structure. Third point. We cannot define a structure without any member variables. We cannot define a structure without any member variables. Next, okay, fourth point. Note down the fourth point. We can define the structure inside the function. Fourth point. We can define the structure inside the function. We can define the structure inside the function. Next, point number 5. We cannot define the function. We cannot define the function inside the structure. We cannot define the function. We cannot define the function inside the structure. Next, point number 6. We can create existing structure as a existing structure as a member to the other structure. We can create a existing structure as a member to the other structure. Member to other structure. Next, point number 7. We cannot create point number 7. We cannot create same structure variable. We cannot create a same structure variable as a member to the structure. We cannot create a same structure variable as a member to the structure because logically size is undefined. Logically size is undefined. Next, point number 8. Point number 8. We can create same structure pointer. Point number 8. We can create same structure pointer as a member to the structure. We can create a same structure pointer as a member to the structure. We can create a same structure pointer as a member to the structure, and that is called as a self-referential. That is called as a self-referential structure. That is called as a self-referential structure. Okay, so that is about all the points with respect to structures. Okay, right. So just listen carefully all the points. Okay, एक बार पढ़ो, just go through all the points. I will wait 1 minute. I will wait 1 minute. Just go through all the points. 1 to 8. Total 8 points are there. एक बार पढ़ो सारे points. Right. So all the points. Okay, if you read. Okay. So first of all, tell me what is the purpose of the structure? Purpose of the structure. Okay, is what? Okay, creating the user defined data type. Okay, right. So what is the purpose of okay structure? Okay, creating the user defined data type. Yes or no? Right. Now how you are going to create the user defined data type? Okay, how you are going to create that? So the first point, listen here. So let's see how the structure will be created. Okay, so look at here. So struct, so emp something, integer, salary. Okay, and next okay, so let's take don't take emp now. Structure node, let's say simple, integer a, float f, character c. Okay, now listen here. So this is how you create a structure. The purpose of the structure is creating user defined data type. User defined data type. So understand carefully. So here you say struct, so this is the keyword. So copy karo, this is the keyword, you cannot change, and this is what name of the structure. Name of the structure. Okay, and here you require the semicolon, and these three are called as what? Member variables. Okay, member variables. So these three are called as what? Member variables. So understand everything very carefully, right? So structure, okay, node. Struct is what here? Keyword, and the node is what here? Name of the structure, and these three are what? Member variables. So integer a, float f, and character c, and these three are what? Member variables. Is that clear for everyone? Right. Now tell me, so generally, okay, your integer will take how many bytes? Integer will take generally, okay, we say, okay, 2 bytes. Okay, so integer take 2 bytes, and float will take 4 bytes, and character will take what? 1 byte. Now tell me, important question I am asking. So important question. Okay, listen carefully. If I, okay, write the structure like this. Okay, if I write the structure like this, okay, whatever is there here, if I write the structure like this, okay, tell me, okay, if I write the structure in your program like this, how much memory will be allocated for this? How much memory will be allocated for this? If I create a structure like this, if I create a structure node, this is a keyword, copy kar lo sab log, take the running nodes, copy kar lo. If I create a structure like this, how much memory will be allocated for this? Just give the comment. What happened? Your comments are not coming. How much memory will be created for this? Tell me how much memory will be created? Let's see, anyone gives the right answer. Yeah, very good. Okay, only one person or two persons gave the right answer. So remaining all wrong answers only. Right. So when you are creating like this, okay, all are saying that okay, 7 bytes of memory is allocated. Remember, okay, not is this. Okay, when you create like this, how much memory will be allocated is 0 bytes. Okay, remember, okay, when you are writing like that, so when you are writing like this, how much memory will be allocated? 0 bytes. Remember, it is not 7 bytes. All are giving 7 bytes, 7 bytes, 7 bytes. Okay, if you write like this, okay, no memory will be allocated. No memory will be allocated. How much memory will allocate? 0 bytes. Okay, why? Because what is the definition of the structure? Read the first point. Read the first point. Structure is used to create a user defined data type. Okay, remember, you are creating the user defined data type. Remember, memory will be allocated for a variable, not for the data type. So if you are writing like this, okay, it is something like you are writing integer. You are writing something like integer. Now tell me, if I write just integer, okay, is there any memory allocated for this? Is there any memory allocated for this? If I just write integer, memory is allocated? No. If I write integer x, now the memory allocated for your variable x. Now variable x के लिए how much memory is allocated now? 2 bytes. Who is telling the 2 bytes? 2 bytes allocate करना बोल के कौन बोल रहे हैं? Okay. Now the data type is saying this. Data type will simply say how much memory should be allocated to the variable. How much memory will be allocated to the variable. Memory will be allocated to the variable, not to the data type. Okay. So this is the data type. Okay. If you are writing the structure, okay, like this, okay, it is something like, okay, you are creating the user defined data type. Okay. So you are writing something like integer. So now tell me, if I write integer simply, okay, any memory allocated? No, no memory will be allocated. Is that clear? So remember, memory will be allocated, okay, only for what? Variable, not for the, okay, data type. Okay, very good. Next, now understand carefully. I am creating the structure variable. So how you how you are going to create the structure variable? So structure, okay, node, okay, n1. Okay, if I create it like this. Now listen here. If I create it like this, structure node n1. So if I create like this, so this is called as what? Note down, structure variable. This is called as a structure variable. And how many bytes this will allocate? Now you say how much memory will be allocated? 7 bytes. So because so this is okay, 2 bytes, and this is 4 bytes, and this is 1 byte. So total how many bytes? So 7 bytes of memory allocated. Okay, so for the variable n1. Is that clear? So structure node n1. So this is called as what? Structure variable. So you are okay, everything should have a clarity. Everything should have a clarity. Right. Is this clear for everyone? So copy karo, structure node n1. Okay, structure node. Okay, this is the name of the structure n1. So that is called as what? Structure variable. So terminology should be important. So these are called as what? Member variables, and this is called as a structure variable. Okay. And next, now understand here. Now small point. If I allocate like this, so if I say integer a equal to 10, if I write like this, if I write integer a equal to 10, now tell me, this is allowed or not allowed? If I write integer a equal to 10, so that is allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? Okay, remember, so this is strictly not allowed. So strictly not allowed. Why? Because remember, you are creating the structure, okay, user defined data type. So what is the meaning of defining the structure? You are creating the user defined data type. Okay, data type, you are creating the data type. So okay, integer a means what? Look at here, you are creating the different data type. Okay, data type ही नहीं बना है और उसके अंदर okay कुछ वैल्यू असाइन कर रहे हो तुम, इधर लिया तुम्हारा डेटा टाइप ही नहीं बनाया. ओके, व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर? यू आर क्रिएटिंग द यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप. तुम डेटा टाइप बना रहे हो, यू आर क्रिएटिंग द डेटा टाइप. सो डेटा टाइप ही तुम्हारा अभी तक नहीं बना, उसमें कुछ वैल्यू असाइन करना चाह रहे हो. सो दैट इज नॉट अलाउड. सो रिमेंबर, दिस इज स्ट्रिक्टली नॉट अलाउड. सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स आर सेइंग अलाउड 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 अलाउड. आई डोंट नो ओके वेयर यू आर स्टडीड सी लैंग्वेज, व्हाट यू स्टडीड सी लैंग्वेज. हाँ, सी लैंग्वेज क्या पढ़े तुम लोग, कहां से पढ़े, भगवान जाने. इंटेलिजेंट फेलोस है सब लोग, ऑल आर इंटेलिजेंट फेलोस. 50%, मोर देन 50% सेइंग अलाउड अलाउड अलाउड. हाँ, सब कुछ जू में छोड़ के आना है ले जाके. ओके, तुम कहाँ है पता नहीं है, उठा उठा के जू में छोड़ के ऐसा छोड़ के आना है, रही है वहीं पे रहो. वेरी बैड, डोंट नो सिंपल बेसिक्स ऑल्सो. व्हाट यू स्टडीड सी लैंग्वेज, भगवान जाने. सी लैंग्वेज क्या पढ़े, भगवान जाने. वीडियो नॉट विजिबल, स्क्रीन गॉन. ये क्या हो गया? These technical issues are also coming. Is audio is coming? So I think video is fine, right? Is a video coming? Yeah, I think it is coming. To be goal, just check. I think video is fine. Black screen. Is the video fine now? Just give the comment. Okay. So, okay. Is audio video clear? Just give the comment. Somebody saying it's a black screen. So now everything is fine. Yeah, went for only 1 second. Went for only 1 second. Don't have patience also. Right? So that is not allowed. So many students said, okay, it is allowed. So remember, it is not allowed. Yeah, it was happened. Okay, only for 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, right. So now that is fine. Okay. So now look at here. So just copy this. So structure EMP. Structure EMP. So just copy this. Integer ID. Character name of 40. So just something integer salary. Okay. So now look at here next. So type def. So struct EMP. So capital EMP. Okay. So copy this. So this is how, okay, you define the structure. Now I told you, okay, one important point, integer salary. Okay, if I write equal to 2000 here. So this is allowed here, not allowed. This is strictly not allowed. Remember, this is not allowed. Okay, because you are creating the user defined data type. You are creating the user defined data type. Data type ही नहीं बनाया. So कहाँ से जाके allocate होगा? So नहीं होगा. So that is not allowed. Okay. So now understand, yes, I'm repeating, this struct is a keyword and EMP is what? Name of the structure, and these three are what? Member variables. These three are what? Member variables. Okay, because terminology you should have a clarity. किसको क्या बोलना चाहिए? किसको क्या बोलना चाहिए? You should have a clarity in the terminology. So these are okay member variables. So type def structure EMP. Look at here, type def means what? What's the meaning of this type def here? So whenever you say this capital EMP, whenever you write this capital EMP, so that will replace with what? Struct EMP. Okay. So whenever you say, okay, whenever you write the capital EMP, so that will replace with what? Struct EMP. Is that clear? Right. So next, so note down. Next, copy करो, copy मेरे साथ साथ में करो. Just continue along with me. Right. I think all of you copied this. So take this as an example. Take this as example. We'll discuss all the various points. What is allowed, what is not allowed. Okay. We are going to write all that. Okay. So void main. Okay. Understand here. So we are creating a okay small EMP E1, E2, okay, E3. Now tell me, I want to create the structure variables. I want to create the structure variable, okay, of this okay EMP structure. So I want to create structure variables. EMP, small EMP, E1, E2, E3. Now tell me if I write this. So this is allowed or not allowed. Just note down one by one. One by one लिखो अच्छे से, allowed or not allowed. Okay. So allowed or not allowed? Okay. So remember that is not allowed because okay, if you want to write, okay, if you want to create the, okay, now look at it, if you want to really create a structure variable, so okay, with a small EMP you cannot create, okay, because what is missing here? Struct keyword is missing. Okay, struct keyword is missing. Okay, if you want to create with a small EMP, so you have to create as what? Okay, struct is also required. Struct is also required. Okay, what is the problem? This is not allowed. Okay, note down in the comments में लिखो struct keyword missing. Struct keyword missing. Many people are saying allowed. Right. So okay, so struct keyword is missing. Is that clear? Right. So just note down in the comments में लिखो अच्छे से, comments में लिखो not allowed because struct keyword is missing. Okay, next. Now, okay, EMP. Now tell me if I write capital EMP, so E1, E2, E3. So if I write this, allowed or not allowed? So this is allowed. Okay, this is allowed, no problem, right? So because whenever you write capital EMP, that will replace with what? Okay, struct EMP. So whenever you write a capital EMP here, that will replace with what? Struct EMP, right? Okay, fine. And the next, okay, if you write again next, okay, struct, okay, EMP, E4 and E5. So if I write like this, now tell me if I write like this, allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Okay, if you write struct EMP, look at here. So struct EMP, E4 and E5 if I write. So this allowed or not allowed? Okay, allowed. So that is allowed, right? So there is no problem of this. Okay, so that is allowed. Okay. So next, now if I write, okay, listen here, E1 dot salary equal to 2000. E1 dot salary equal to 2000. It is allowed or not allowed? So what is the meaning of? Yeah, type def statement doing. Okay, type def statement what it does? Okay, whenever you write this capital EMP, that will replace with what? Struct EMP. Please understand here. Type def करता क्या है? Whenever you write this capital EMP, that will replace with the struct EMP. So every time no need to write a struct EMP and all that. Every time you don't need to write struct EMP. So that is the reason you can use capital EMP. So type def करने से क्या होगा? Whenever you write capital EMP, that will replace with what? Struct EMP. Okay, right. Right. So understand here. Okay. E1 dot salary, okay, equal to 2000. This is allowed or not allowed? Allowed. So now look at here. So you created E1 structure variable. Just listen carefully. You created the E1 structure variable. Listen here. How the E1 structure variable look like? Okay, this is how the E1 structure variable will look like. E1 structure variable is having what? How many bytes? 7 bytes. So it is having three things. What is the three things? The first one is the ID, and the second one is the name, and the third one is what? Salary. Okay. So okay, ID, okay, name and salary. So now look at here. So let's take some base address is 100. Okay, whatever it is. So total how many bytes of memory will be allocated? So this requires 2 bytes. This requires 40 bytes. And this also requires 2 bytes. So total 44 bytes of memory will be allocated. So 44 bytes of memory allocated for this. Okay, this is how the structure variable looks like. Okay, right. Understand here. If I write E1 dot salary equal to 2000, what is the meaning of dot? What do you read? Dot को क्या पढ़ना चाहिए? Dot को क्या पढ़ना चाहिए? Dot को क्या पढ़ना चाहिए? What do you read? I told in the first only. Structures का first line में ही बताया. Structures का first. You are using two different operators in the structures. One is a dot. Second one is a arrow. Dot means what? You should have a clarity in the terminology. अगर कोई बोल रहा है तो टर्मिनोलॉजी में क्लैरिटी होना चाहिए. ऐसे ही जो जाए वो मत बोलो. डॉट मीन्स व्हाट? स्ट्रक्चर वेरिएबल टू मेंबर वेरिएबल. Structure to member, structure variable to member variable. Is that clear? So now look at here. So E1 is what? Structure variable. E1, E2, E3. Okay, here structure variables. Okay, so structure to member. Okay, this is the structure variable, and structure to member, if you want to access, you have to use what? Dot. Dot you have to use. So structure to member, E1 dot salary, you are changing this value to 2000. Something like this. Okay, next. Now tell me E1 dot ID. So E1 dot ID. Now look at here. So 14 okay 27 something. Okay, you are writing some ID here. Now tell me E1 dot ID. Okay, so E1 is what? Structure variable. ID is what? Member variable. So structure variable to member variable access करना है तो you write dot. Okay, I clarified everything. So 1427. So some ID 1427 here. So that will be okay added okay in the ID in place of ID. So terminology you should have a complete clarity. What I am saying, terminology you should have a complete clarity. So next, if I write EMP star PTR, okay, EMP star PTR. So now tell me, this is interesting. Okay, EMP star PTR. Okay, if I write like this, EMP star PTR. Now tell me, this is allowed or not allowed? First point. Okay, so this one is allowed. Right. Next, EMP star PTR. If I write this, it is allowed or not allowed? So whenever you write this capital EMP, it will replace with what? The struct EMP. So I told you already, whenever you write this capital EMP, so this will replace with the okay struct EMP, right? Whenever okay you write this capital EMP, that will replace with the struct EMP. Now tell me, okay, EMP star PTR. If I write this, okay, so tell me, allowed or not allowed? Yes, sir, it is very much allowed. So there is no problem. Now tell me, how much memory will be allocated for this? How much memory will be allocated for this? Okay, remember, whenever you say pointer variable hai, okay, remember that is a 4 bytes only. Doesn't matter what type of the pointer it is. We are following, in our class, we are following pointer means it is 4 bytes. Is that clear? Maybe in some other computer, it may be 8 bytes or it may be 16 bytes, depends. Okay, so in our class, we are following pointer means 4 bytes. Okay, fine. Understand carefully. So EMP will replace with what? Struct EMP. Now tell me, what do you read this? What do you read this? क्या बोलोगे? क्या बोलोगे? Tell me. PTR is a pointer variable. PTR is a pointer variable of type structure EMP. PTR is a pointer variable. PTR is a pointer variable of type structure EMP, where we can store address of any structure variable. Where we can store address of any structure variable. Is that clear? Right. So note down the statement here. This is allowed. This allowed. Copy this. PTR is a pointer variable. PTR is a pointer variable of type. Note down. PTR is a pointer variable of type structure EMP. ptr is a pointer variable of type structure emp, where we can store address of any structure variable. Where we can store address of any structure variable. Okay, so मतलब कोई भी structure variable का address आप उसमें डाल सकते हो. So that is the meaning of that. So next, now, so I want to write even dot name. Okay, name में I want to write some name. Okay, write some name I want to give. Is that clear? So okay, in the ID I have given some value. Okay, salary I have given some value there. So in the name I want to write something. Okay, so even dot name equal to Ramesh. So something is given like this, even dot name equal to Ramesh. Okay, some name I want to give. Okay, right? So Ramesh, Kumar, Raj, whatever it is. Now tell me, that is allowed or not allowed? If I write this, even dot name equal to Ramesh, allowed or not allowed? Hmm. Okay. So please understand, okay, so this is not allowed, okay, because even dot name, what is the name here? Name is a array. Look at here, name is a array, character array, is that clear, right? So name is a array, same thing, array name without subscript. Array name without subscript contains what? Base address of the array name without subscript contains base address, constant base address. You cannot modify constant base address. So it's something like this. Okay, even dot name. So this is 2 bytes, this is 102, and this is 40 bytes, and this is 142. Okay, so you are having this. Okay, total. Okay, you are having some base address is there, and you are trying to modify the constant base address, because array name without subscript will contain constant base address. You cannot modify. Okay, so same thing, that is not allowed. Okay, note down, we cannot modify. We cannot modify constant base address. Okay, note down, we cannot modify constant base address. We cannot modify constant base address. Okay, very good. So next, now if I write, okay, let's say even dot name equal to double quotes में if I give double quotes Ramesh. Now tell me, this is allowed or not allowed? Okay, let's say I want to write some name. Okay, नाम में कुछ देना चाह रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. I want to give some name here. Okay, in the name I want to give some, okay, value, some value I want to give. So now look at here. Now tell me, even dot name I want to write something. Okay, so I write Ramesh. So even dot name is a Ramesh. So tell me, I am giving in the double quotes, allowed or not allowed? Right. So same thing. Okay, same thing. Listen here. This is also strictly not allowed. Okay, that is also strictly not allowed, because same thing. Even dot name contains what? Even dot name contains a constant base address. You cannot modify constant base address. If anything is given in the double quotes, what is given? Okay, if the string is given in the double quotes, what is given? Base address. Let's say this is having some base address 200, and this is having some base address 102. Okay, and you are trying to modify the constant base address. Okay, that is not allowed. You cannot modify, okay, constant base address. So remember, so this is also not allowed. That is strictly not allowed. And what is the reason here? Same reason. You copy the same reason. We cannot modify constant base address. right? So that is the okay, same thing. Okay, you copy. And now tell me, okay, so in this is also not allowed, this is also not allowed, and this is also not allowed. Now I really want to write some name here. I really want to write some name. So नाम में कुछ देना चाह रहा हूँ. Okay, Ramesh, Kumar, Raj, okay, whatever, Krishna. Okay, some name I want to give. So then what is the way how you are going to write? Okay, नाम में कुछ देना चाह रहा हूँ, तो how you write? What is the way? कैसे लिखना पड़ेगा? Yatin Singh, that is just a integer variable. Listen here. Yatin Singh, this is just a integer variable, but this is a array. Look at here, character array. Okay, this is different. Your friend is asking, if this is not possible, then why this is possible? Remember, that is simple variable. ID and salary, integer variable. But remember, this is the array. This is array. This is different. Yatin Singh, this is different and this is different. That is array. So how you are going to write? So very good. Your friends, somebody. Right. So this is a special case, okay, because it is a string character array. So that is the reason it is creating a problem. So if you want to write the name really, so how you have to use, okay, you have to use a standard function strcpy, okay, e1 dot name, okay, in the double quotes you give, so Ramesh. So this is how you need to write. Okay, this is how you need to write. So strcpy, you have to use this function. E1 dot name, this is containing some base address, and Ramesh, this is also containing some base address. You are giving both the base addresses to the function, and it will copy. Okay, Ramesh will be copied, okay, into what? E1 dot name. So this is how you have to write. So remember, that is allowed. So if I write this E1 dot name, okay, यहाँ पे double quotes में Ramesh. So now here the Ramesh will come here. Ramesh will come here. Okay, so copy this. Ramesh will come there. Right. Intelligent fellows, different Ramesh Chacha. Govind Mishra. रमेश चाचा कहाँ से आया? हाँ राइट, ठीक है. Okay, fine. So some name, okay, right. So I think so that is clear for everyone. So I'm just removing. Okay, so it's okay. So next, now tell me, if I write the next, okay, now next, listen carefully, next continuation. If I write ptr equal to address of E1, so tell me, if I write this, allowed or not allowed? So ptr is just a pointer variable, we said here. So ptr is a pointer variable you are having. So ptr is a pointer variable. Let's say this is also having some address 200. So okay, now in the ptr equal to address of E1, okay, you said, okay, what we said here, ptr is a pointer variable of type structure emp, where we can write address of any structure variable. So I'm writing ptr equal to address of E1. Now tell me, this is allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? Address of E1 I am writing in the ptr. Allowed or not allowed? Yes. So that is allowed. So you are storing address of E1 100. So it is pointing to this. Okay. So this is allowed. Okay. Right. So next. So there is no problem in that. So that is allowed. Okay. So next. Next. Now tell me. Okay. If I write next one. Now tell me. So if I write printf E1 dot salary. E1 dot salary. Allowed or not allowed? So printf E1 dot salary. Let's say percentage D I am using. So printf E1 dot salary. I write E1 dot salary. Printf E1 dot salary I am printing. Allowed or not allowed? Okay, allowed. Allowed, no problem. So how much it will print? 2000. Okay, E1 dot salary is 2000. Now tell me printf ptr. If I write, so ptr is a variable, right? Variable means what? Inside value. If I write printf ptr, okay, tell me how much it will print. Allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Okay, so how much it will print? 100. Ptr is a variable. Variable means inside value. So that is 100. So now next, okay, next. So if I say printf, okay, e1, okay, tell me it's allowed or not allowed? Should we go L? Okay, that is also not allowed. Just check it, execute and check. Same thing, you cannot modify constant base address. E1 is not the member, E1 is a structure variable. Why you are confused? Right. Now look at here. So if I say printf E1, listen here, E1 is a variable. Okay, listen here. Many people are saying 100. No. It is not an array. If it is an array, you write the base address. Okay, E1 is what? A variable. Variable means inside value. Listen here. Variable means inside value. So inside value means printf E1 means you are here. Okay, inside value, inside the E1, you are having three things. Inside the E1, you are having three things. Look at here, E1.id, E1.name, E1.salary. So inside the E1, the three things are there. You should have a clarity, okay, which one you want to print. So it means if you write simply printf E1, okay, you are confusing compiler. You are confusing compiler. So E1 is having three things. You should provide clearly, you should provide. Okay, you want to print ID or name or salary. So that is not having clarity. So this will give you what? Error. Is that clear? So this will give error, but remember, okay, maybe in some compiler it may work. Okay, it may work. That is a different case. Don't worry. Okay, in some compiler it may work. So I'm writing here. So question mark. Okay, in some compiler it may work, but don't worry about that. That is not having the clarity. So look at here. So you should have a clarity which one you want to access. Inside the E1, three things are there: ID, salary, name. Okay, should have clarity. So without clarity you are giving, so that will give the error. Some compiler may work, so don't worry about that. Okay, right? So that is not allowed. Okay, so next, now tell me next. Now printf, same thing. If I write star ptr, same thing. Tell me, it is allowed or not allowed? Okay, now what is the PTR here? PTR means I have written here PTR means 100. Okay, star PTR, value at the location 100. Value at the location 100 means, remember, 100 is the base address of this entire structure variable. 100 is the base address of this entire structure variable. Okay, don't think like array. Array is different. This is a variable only. So star PTR, PTR means 100. Star PTR, value at the location 100 means, okay, you are having three things. At the 100, you are having three things. Okay, you are something like this. Star PTR means you are standing here. Star PTR means you are standing here. You should have a clarity, ID or name or salary. So same thing, that is not allowed. That is not allowed. Maybe some compiler it may give error. So I am writing, okay, question mark. So because there is no clarity. And next, if I write, okay, star PTR, look at here, dot salary. Now tell me how much it will print. Okay, is it allowed or not allowed? Star PTR dot salary if I want to print. Okay, right. So star PTR dot salary. So star PTR means what? Just like E1 only. Star PTR means just like E1. Value at the location PTR. Value at the location PTR. Okay, PTR is 100. Value at the location PTR means E1. Okay, you are standing here. You are standing here. You are having three things: ID, name, and salary. So you can print salary. So that is fine. Okay, so that will print how much here? 2000. 2000, and this is allowed. So that is allowed. Okay, now look at here, same thing. Okay, so star PTR, the same as what? E1. Is that here? E1. So E1 dot salary, just like same thing, E1 dot salary and star PTR dot salary. So exactly same thing. value at the location PTR. PTR is 100. Value at the location 100 means you are having E1. Structure variable E1 is there. E1 is having three things. You should have a clarity. What is the clarity? Salary. So then it will print what? The salary. Okay, fine. Next. Now listen here. Okay, if you want to access your member variable through pointer variable, if you want to access the member variable through pointer variable, you are doing like this, star ptr, okay, dot, okay, you are keeping this brackets and all that. So to remove all that, okay, they were given some, okay, easy operator. So ptr of salary. So printf ptr arrow salary, ptr arrow salary. What is the meaning of arrow? What is the meaning of arrow? What is the meaning of arrow? You have written structures, first pointer. In the structures, first only you have written. What is the meaning of arrow? Arrow means a pointer to member. Pointer to member. Is that clear? So PTR is a pointer to member. Okay, PTR means what? 100. So 100 का salary चाहिए. Salary 100 का salary मतलब क्या है? Okay, salary is what? This one you want to access 2000. So now it will print what? 2000. So this is okay, allowed. That is allowed. So look at here. Okay, if you want to access okay, member variable through pointer. If you want to access member variable through pointer, you can write like this, star ptr bracket dot salary. So this is also fine. And the next, instead of that, you just simply remove this star bracket and this dot. Okay, yeah, they have given some simple operator arrow. So ptr arrow salary. So it will print what? 2000. So ptr is what? Pointer to member. Pointer to member access करना है, तो arrow mark you have to use. Is that clear? Right. Is this clear for everyone? Okay. So next, if I write E2 equal to E1, so it is allowed or not allowed? Right. Very good. Pointer variable to member variable. Excellent. So clarity होना चाहिए. Okay, जो आप बोल रहे हैं clarity होना चाहिए. Right. So E2 equal to E1. So that is allowed or not allowed? So remember, so that is allowed. So it will not give any error. So it will copy all the contents. E1 का जो contents है E2 में copy करेगा. Right. Understand here. So E2 equal to E1 करे तो that is allowed. Listen carefully. Now that will not create any problem. But what is the scenario is this is not recommended to perform. Is that clear? Why? Because let us say E1 is having some pointers. Listen to me. E1 के अंदर you are having some member variables which are you are storing all the pointers, and you are again you are performing like this, E2 equal to E1, so you are copying all the contents of the E1 into E2. So then you will have some mismatch in the pointers. Okay, whenever any problem comes in your program, so debugging your program will become difficult because you don't know, okay, who is pointing to whom. Is that clear? Repeat कर रहा हूं. E1 में बहुत सारे pointer variables हैं. अभी तुमने ऐसा किया है, E2 equal to E1 किया है, तो इतना सारे pointer variables, all these pointer variables are again copied into what? E2. So then if any problem or error comes in your program, it is very difficult to perform what? Tracing. Okay, if it's difficult to perform your mistake or error in your program. Is that clear? So that is actually allowed but not recommended to perform. Okay, look at here. So actually allowed. Okay, just note down, not recommended. Not recommended to perform. Okay, so actually allowed but not recommended to perform. Okay, right. So next, so coming to the next one, okay, E1 multiply with the E2. Okay, E1 divided by E2. Okay, right. So E1 plus E2. So these are all what? Okay, strictly not allowed. So it is not having any meaning. इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है. So this is all okay. Multiplication, division, okay, even subtraction, addition. So this is all strictly not allowed. It is not having any meaning. It is not having any meaning. Okay, so close the bracket. Right. All of you copied this one? You have to copy that, right? You have to copy this. And next, the small question. Okay, the small question to you. Look at here. So here in the E1 you are having three things. In the E1 you are having three things: ID, name, salary. In the E1 you are having the three things: ID, name, salary. In the E1 you are having three things, but in the PTR you are having only one box. Why? In the PTR you are having only one box. Why? Tell me the reason. Yeah, Preeto Saha, yes. Right. So now understand here. So why this is having only one thing? Because this is a pointer variable, and remember this is a structure variable. Okay, this is a structure variable that is different, and this is a pointer variable. So this is the pointer variable. Is that here? So this obviously have only one box, and this having three box. Why? Okay, because this is a structure variable and this is the pointer variable. So that is different, and this is different. Okay, right. So I think all of you copied that. Note down the examples. Just copy this, all the examples. So copy this, copy all these 4 examples. Okay, right. So in every example you will understand okay, few points. Okay, right. So first example 1. Now example 1, so just listen here. So structure node, integer data, structure node you are having, and integer data. and structure node n1. Now tell me, okay, so I am creating the structure variable here, okay, structure node n1 as a member to this structure node. Now tell me, if I write this, so this is allowed or not allowed? How can we access pointer variable inside the structure? What is that you are asking? Don't worry, Rahul, you will understand everything. Just wait, maintain the patience. What is how can we access pointer variable inside the structure? What is your doubt? I don't understand. Okay. So Biplab Datta, you're asking, could you please repeat the statement even not recommended to perform? Yeah, I'll tell you that. Okay. So just write. So now tell me. So this one is allowed or not allowed? Right. Just okay. Use common sense. It is only common sense required. Right. So now somebody saying it's allowed, somebody saying not allowed. Okay, remember. So this is okay, strictly not allowed. Okay, this strictly not allowed. Okay, strictly not allowed because see, what is the meaning of this structure node? What is the meaning of this structure? You are creating the user defined data type. Listen carefully. You are creating the user defined data type. You are creating the user defined data type. Okay, data type ही नहीं बना है. ओके डेटा टाइप तो अभी तक नहीं बना है और तुम क्या कर रहे हो उसका वेरिएबल बना रहे हो exactly right so what is this structure node n1 means what is structure variable what is the meaning of this structure node here you are creating the user defined data type so you are creating the user defined data type तुम्हारा डेटा टाइप ही अभी तक नहीं बना है और उसका वेरिएबल बना रहे हो उसके अंदर exactly है so how much memory you are going to allocate for this okay इसके लिए कितना मेमोरी allocate करोगे इजट है सो मेमोरी ओके कुछ डेटा टाइप ही नहीं बना है उसके लिए कितना मेमोरी एलोकेट करोगे साइज इज लॉजिकली अननोन इजटली है सो इसलिए सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस रिफर टू पॉइंट नंबर 7 so read the point number 7 what is written we cannot create point number 7 read point number 7 we cannot create the same structure variable we cannot create the same structure variable as a member to the structure we cannot create a same structure variable as a member to the structure because logically size is unknown okay point number 7 logically size is unknown so उसका size ही नहीं पता है इधर because data type ही अभी तक नहीं बना है और उसका वेरिएबल बना रहे हो तुम इसलिए डेटा टाइप itself is not okay created and you are creating the variable of that so that is logically you don't know what is the size so that is strictly not allowed right and next now come to the next one second example just note down the okay meaning point number 7 refer to point number 7 and next structure node integer data structure node star n1 now if I write this so this is allowed here allowed or not allowed this is allowed or not allowed structure node star n1 if I write this star n1 second example allowed or not allowed okay very good so that is allowed okay because that is the pointer variable is it here see here also same problem actually what is the problem okay your data type is also not created and you are creating what your data type is also not completed creating and you are creating the pointer variable so okay how it will know size okay it doesn't matter whenever it is looking at the star means pointer means what 4 bytes so the compiler is not having any confusion okay it can be any type of pointer it's a where data type is created or not created okay pointer means 4 byte so it is not having any confusion pointer is okay compiler is not having any confusion so star is there okay pointer means 4 bytes that's it वो कौन सा pointer है okay पता नहीं किसकी भगवान जाने कौन सा pointer है भगवान जाने कोई भी होने दो whether integer pointer 4 bytes character pointer 4 bytes float pointer 4 bytes structure pointer 4 bytes function pointer 4 bytes so pointer means 4 bytes okay So there is a, okay, no problem here. So this is allowed. So this is saying clearly point number, okay, what is the point number? Point number 8. Okay, point number 8. So read the point number 8. Read the point number 8 in the notes. Right. So in the point number 8, okay, what is said? Okay, we can create a same structure pointer. We can create a same structure pointer as a member. We can create a same structure pointer as a member to the structure, and that is called as what? Self-referential. Self-referential structure. That is called as what? Self-referential structure. Is that clear? So self-referential structure, and remember that is used in the linked list. Okay, just note down. Okay, that kind of thing that is used in the linked list. Just note down here. So I write here. Okay, keep it as note. This is used. This is used in a linked list. This is used in a linked list. Okay. So next, okay, so that is the point number 8. Refer to point number 8, note down, and note mein likho, this is used in the linked list data structure. Okay, next, note down. Example 3. Now tell me, example 3, okay, look at here. Void main structure EMP, you are having simple, okay, EMP structure, integer ID, integer salary. And next, okay, okay, this is the closing of the structure, and you are calling MAC function. MAC means made easy coaching, okay, some simple name, right? Made easy coaching. When a function is called, you will come here, and after coming to this function, so we are creating structure variable. So structure, okay, EMP, structure EMP, E1, E2, E3. So I'm creating a structure variables of this EMP. Okay, now tell me, this is allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? Okay, right. So very clear. So this is strictly not allowed. Okay, strictly not allowed. So why this is strictly not allowed? Okay, same thing. The scope problem. Scope problem. Where is your, okay, structure is created? Where is the structure created? Structure is created inside the main. Listen here. So this is your structure closing, and this is the main closing. Understand here. So structure is created inside the main, and you are creating structure variable outside the main. You are creating structure variable outside the main. Is that clear? You are creating the structure inside the main, and you are creating structure variable outside the main. Main के बाहर आने के बाद structure variable बना रहा है. So scope problem. Is that clear? So this MEC function don't know about this structure at all. Okay, इसको पता नहीं है where is the structure available. Is that clear? Okay, in case if you want to create a structure variable outside the main, then what you have to do? You have to declare the structure as what? You have to declare the structure. Okay, you have to declare the structure as what? Outside the main. You create, you declare the, okay, structure outside the main here, and then this is allowed. Then that will be allowed. Right? Many students are saying allowed, allowed, allowed. 50% saying allowed, 50% saying not allowed. Many students don't have common sense also. Is that clear? Right? Where is your structure? Structure is inside the main. Okay, right, inside the main. The scope of the structure is only inside this main, and outside the main you are creating the structure variable. Okay, ये देखेगा, ये MEC function देखेगा, ये structure है कहाँ पे? कहाँ पे है? ओके, इसके अंदर तो नहीं है, इसके अंदर नहीं है, तो देखेगा कि ग्लोबल में है, ग्लोबल में भी नहीं है. तो ये फंक्शन मेन के अंदर जाके क्यों देखेगा? मेन के अंदर जाके क्यों देखेगा? नहीं देखेगा. इज दैट क्लियर? राइट? यस और नो? That is not allowed. Okay, what is the reason? Okay, अगर ऐसा लिखना है, if you want this to be allowed, okay, अगर ऐसा लिखना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? You need to define the structure outside the main, then okay, this will becomes allowed. Is that clear? Right? So note down. So now this is not allowed. Now this is not allowed. So note down the note. Note down the note. Structure is created. Structure is created outside the main. Structure is created outside the main, and we are creating, sorry, a structure is created inside the main. Sorry. sorry, printing mistake. Structure is created inside the main. Structure is created inside the main. Structure is created inside the main, and we are creating the structure variable, and we are creating the structure variable outside the main. Okay, we are creating the structure variable outside the main. Okay, so main, what is the problem? The scope problem. Scope problem. So that is not allowed. Okay, so now understand here. Okay, so I think all of you copied this one, right? So I'm creating the structure variable. Okay, h. Okay, look at here. H is having three things. Okay, so what is the structure variable? Structure S2H. Okay, this is a structure variable H. H is having three things: D, E, and G. Okay, look at here. So D. Okay, so let's say this is a H. Okay, having D. Okay, E. Okay, and G. So just copy this, and your E is again further having three things. E is further having three things: A, B, C. So that is A, B, C. Now look at here. So how the data will be stored? Right. So this is how, okay, the data will be stored exactly in the same manner. Now tell me, first one is what? D. So this is your, okay, D. Okay, and this is E here. So structure variable E. E के अंदर three things है: A, B, and C. So this is 10 here. Okay, A is 20, and B is what? Character A, and this is 10.5, and this is 20.5. So just copy this. Okay, this is a structure variable S1. Okay, S1 is okay, structure here, and this is a structure variable S1. E1 is what? E is what? Structure variable S1. So look at here, you are creating one structure variable as member to the other structure. We are creating one structure variable as a member to the other structure. So remember, this is allowed. We are creating one structure variable as a member to the other structure. This is allowed. So this is how the diagram will look like. Copy this. Okay. Now here, okay, nothing is there. So I think all of you copied this. Now if I say, okay, simple, okay, printf h dot d. Tell me how much it will print. H dot d. Okay, h is a structure variable of type S2. Okay, dot click down. Dot means what? Dot means structure variable to member variable. Structure variable to member variable. H dot d. Okay, that is what here 10. So क्या print होगा 10. And next if I say printf h dot e dot a, what will print? H dot, okay, e dot a. So look at here, h dot a. H dot e means what? H dot e means you are standing here. Same thing, h dot e means you are standing here. So e is also having three things. You should have a clarity. So a चाहिए, e के अंदर a है और b है, c है. So which one you want? Okay, a चाहिए. तो then h dot e dot a बोलना चाहिए. So that okay, so a is how much here, that is the 20. So 20 is print. Okay, and next now tell me printf h dot e dot c, how much will print? H dot e dot c, so it's a 10.5. Okay, right. So the same thing, right? So the way you are storing, in the same way you have to access. Is that clear? The way you are storing, in the same way you have to access. Is that clear for everyone? Right. So I think all of you copied. Okay. So that is about okay, structures. Is that here? Right. So we'll come back to the structures once again. Okay, when we discuss the linked list. Right. So next, so keep the heading unions. Actually, these are all the basics. Okay. Frankly speaking, we should not teach all these things. Frankly speaking, we should not teach all these things because they are all just the basics. You should know all this. Is that here? Right. Actually, I was teaching this, okay, just because of non-computer science students are there. Some mechanical civil students also there. But computer science students also giving wrong answers. Intelligent fellows बन रहे सब लोग. Basic चीजें नहीं पता है. Computer science students also giving wrong answers. No doubt. It's okay. क्या कर सकते हैं अभी? Right. Keep the heading unions. No doubt. Union में first point लिखो. Union में first point. The size of the union. The size of the union will be maximum size of the member variables. The size of the union will be maximum size of the member variable. हाँ आदित्य रावत कोरोना बैच है, कोरोना बैच है. इंटेलिजेंट फेलो. हाँ कोरोना बैच है क्या? Right. No down. The first point, the size of the union will be maximum size of a member variable. Second point. Second point. In the structure, we can access in the structure we can access all the members at any time. In the structure we can access all the members at any time. Okay, just a minute guys, some call is coming. 1 minute. Sorry guys, small call, right? Now note down, in the structure we can access all the members. Second point, point number 2, I'm repeating, in the structure we can access all the members at any time, but in case of union, note down, in case of union we can access only one member variable. We can access only one member variable, and all the remaining members will contain, and all the remaining members will contain garbage value. All the remaining members will contain garbage value. Next, third point. सेकंड पॉइंट को फिर से रिपीट कर रहा हूं, सेकंड पॉइंट को फिर से रिपीट कर रहा हूं. इन द स्ट्रक्चर वी कैन एक्सेस ऑल द मेंबर्स. इन द स्ट्रक्चर्स वी कैन एक्सेस ऑल द मेंबर्स एट एनी टाइम, but in case of union we can access only one member. We can access only one member variable, and all the remaining members will contain a garbage value. Okay, right? What is the meaning of this? You will understand that. And note down, third point, in the union the same memory space, note down, in the union same memory space will be shared. In the union, same memory space will be shared by all the member variables. In the union, same memory space will be shared by all the member variables. Right. Same memory space will be shared by all the member variables. Okay. So directly we can take up the example because it is easy, right? So actually sometimes in the interviews they will ask, okay, these kind of questions. So just note down union data, just note down the example. Copy karo jaldi jaldi, speed up. Yeah, tomorrow timings is the same only. And remember, mentally थोड़ा prepare हो जाओ, from maybe maybe from Tuesday or maybe from Wednesday. Wednesday I will change timings 5:30 from Wednesday. Okay, not from Monday. And Monday will be holiday for you. Okay, because I am having some important work. So Monday will be holiday. Okay, and Tuesday same timings only, right? And Wednesday only thing is I will change the timings to 5:30. Okay, everything the message will come to you. So don't worry, right? And tomorrow, day after tomorrow, same timings. Saturday, Sunday, same timings. Okay, right. So understand here. So what is the meaning of this? Okay. Right. What is the meaning of this? Let's try to understand the first point. First point in the unions. Okay. What is the first point? कॉपी किए सब लोग कॉपी किए right. Now the size of the union will be what? Maximum size of the member variable. Okay, understand here. Right. So understand carefully. It's okay, right? It's okay. Don't worry about the timings and schedule. Everything will be informed to you. Right. Understand here. Union. Understand here. In the union, okay, size of the union will be what? Maximum size of the member variable. Now look at here. So this will take how many bytes? 2 bytes. So this will take what? 20 bytes. And this will take what? 4 bytes. Okay. So in case if you create a union variable, okay, you create a union variable. Okay, union variable. इसके लिए no memory allocated for this. Remember same thing. No memory allocated for this. If I create a union variable, okay, how much size that will be? Union variable will be what? 20 bytes. Maximum size of the member variable 2 bytes, 20 bytes and 4 bytes. What is the maximum? 20. So union variable will contain how much size? Okay, maximum size of the member variables, that is 20. And look at here, what is this union? This is the keyword. Same thing, you cannot change. That is the keyword. And this is what here? Name of the union. Name of the union. Is that clear? And the same thing, these are called as what? These are called as member variables. These are called as member variables. Copy karo. So union variable, okay, union variable, okay, takes 20 bytes of memory. 20 bytes of memory. Is that clear? Right? So don't confuse. Okay, so I better remove this. Otherwise, will confuse. So union variable takes 20 bytes of memory, and all this is called as a member variables. And look at here, union data D. Union data D. What is this here? This is called as a union variable. Okay, copy all this. Right. So please understand here, right? So these are called as member variables. These are the member variables, and the union variable takes how many bytes of memory? 20 bytes. Union data D. Okay, look at here. This is a union variable. So when you create a union variable D here, how much memory will be allocated? How much memory? Okay, 20 bytes of memory will be allocated. So 20 bytes of memory will be allocated. So please understand here, right? 20 bytes of memory will be allocated. Is that here? Understand here, next important point, the second point. What is the second point you have written? In the structure, we can access all the member variables at any time. But in case of union, we can access only one member variable. And all the remaining members will contain what? Garbage value. Right? And what is the meaning of that? Why it is like that? Because the same memory space will be shared by same memory space will be shared by all the member variables. Same memory space will be shared by all the member variables. Like, look at here, when I say d dot I equal to 20, listen here, d dot I equal to 20. So what happens here? D dot I means, okay, you are storing 20 here. Next. And next, if I, okay, say next, okay, look at here, if I say d dot f equal to 300.5. So when I say d dot f equal to 300.5, the same memory space, on the same memory space, okay, this value will be, okay, overwritten. So this value will change to what? 300.5. Why? Because the same memory space will be shared by all the member variables. And next, okay, next if I say strcpy, I am copying d dot str में क्या copy कर रहा हूँ? Made easy. So if I write made easy, so this will again overwrite, okay, with what? Made easy here. That will again overwrite with what? Made easy. Okay, why it is like that? Because same memory space will be shared by all the members. But in case of structure में क्या होता था? Okay, you are having 3 blocks like this. This one, this one, this one. In the structure, you are having 3 different blocks. Okay, let's say this is a, okay, integer, this is a float, and this is a string. Okay, you are having 3 different blocks. But here, you don't have any 3 different blocks. You don't have any 3 different blocks. Is that clear for everyone? You don't have any 3 different blocks. That is the same memory space will by same memory space will be shared by all the members. Is that clear? Right? Okay, understand here. And next, if I say printf percentage d dot I. Now tell me, if you are printing percentage d dot I, okay, so d dot I print कर रहा हूँ, so I is not there, that is already overwritten. That is already overwritten. तो क्या print होगा? Some garbage value. Okay, because 20 is no more, 20 is not available, so some, okay, garbage value will come. And next, okay, this is a float, right? Float means, okay, I think printing mistake हो गया. So this is f, right? And string है, this is a yes. Okay, second one, next I want to print the float variable. यहाँ पे f लिखो. I did the printing mistake. Change it to f and yes. Right. So if I want to print okay, float value. So okay, d dot f. Now tell me, d dot f is available. The float value is available now. No, that is not there. Okay. So what it will print? Okay, garbage value. And next, percentage yes, d dot str. So it will print what? Made easy. Right? So because finally what is there in the memory is what? Made easy. So here it will print what? Made easy. Is this clear for everyone? Okay, so change this. This is a percentage f and this is a percentage yes. Okay, that is a printing mistake. So you just change it. Is that clear? So this is about a union. Okay, what is the important point here? The first 2 points are very important. Okay, union, the maximum. Okay, the size of the union will be maximum size of the member variable. That is one of the important question. Okay, important thing generally asked in the interviews. And the second point also very important. In case of structure, we can access all the member variables. But in case of union, we can access only one member variable. And all the remaining members will contain what? Garbage value. All the remaining members will contain garbage value. Is this clear for everyone? Right? Why all the members will contain garbage value? Because same memory space will be shared by all the members. Same memory space will be shared by all the members. Is that clear for everyone? Yes, Govind Mishra. Yes, sir. There can be. Yes, sir. Okay, fine. So shall I remove this? Right. See why this union is given actually. Okay, union is given. Okay, the facility of the union is given when you are developing any big projects. Generally what happens? Listen here. When you are developing any big project, we don't know about the future. Okay, prediction. Like for example, you are developing any project for any okay company, right? Okay, US company, you are developing any some projects. Okay, right? For example, maybe Indian company, right? So first initially they wanted only integer value. like money in the form of integers, like 100 rupees or 200 rupees, 250 rupees, okay, 270 rupees, or okay, 1 crore rupees, okay, they want only in the integer format. But now maybe after 10 years, okay, they want in the float format, like for example, if you go to any restaurant, okay, they will give the bills, okay, bill कैसा रहता है restaurant में, okay, 100.75 जीएसटी करेंगे तो 20 rupees 10 rupees 25 paisa, okay, 30 rupees 25 paisa, you are having paisa also, right? So that is a float value, is that clear? So we don't know about the future prediction. Now you are okay happy with your integer data, but in the future you want okay float value, is that clear? So in that case, generally, okay, in the union they use what, integer and also float. And whenever you want integer, you can use integer, and whenever you want float, you can use a float. Is that clear? So that is how, okay, generally it works. Is that clear? That is the purpose of future. Is that clear? Future purpose. Right. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. So do union variable takes 20 bytes everywhere, or is the maximum of the member variable? सर क्लास में स्ट्रक्चर यूनियन इग्नोर करते हैं, इतना डिटेल में नहीं समझाता, थैंक यू. ओके, या प्रीतो साहा, थैंक यू बेटा. ओके, ओके, गोविंद मिश्रा, आई आंसर योर डाउट. ये मनीष क्या बोल रहा है सर? सर दो यूनियन वेरिएबल टेक्स 20 bytes everywhere is the maximum of member variable. Yes, sir. So here 20 bytes is what? 20 bytes is the maximum of member variable, right? So this is the 2 bytes and this is a 20 bytes and this is a 4 bytes. What is the maximum of member variable? 20. So it will take 20 bytes. That's it. Okay. No, whatever is the latest value available, that will print. Okay, if it is overwriting, so it will print. Remember, the other value, other integer, okay, your friend is saying, okay, you are having two integers there. So two integers are there. Let's say this is also integer. Example, this is also integer. This is also let's say integer j. So the first integer I, you are writing 10. Integer j, you are writing 20. Now you are printing I, dekho. This is your I. I value is how much? 10. J value is what? 20. So I value first initially 10, so it will write 10. And next J value 20, it will replace 20. Now you are printing I. So what it will print? 20. So 20 is what? Garbage only. Other than your data. Other than your data. Okay. Something else is printing. That is all garbage only. What you will do with the 20? I का वैल्यू कितना था? 10 चाहिए. तुमको तो 10 प्रिंट करना है. तो ये क्या प्रिंट कर रहा है? 20 प्रिंट कर रहा है. Other than your data, anything is a garbage. Other than your data, anything is a garbage only. Govind Mishra, is this clear, beta? Right. Right. All the best possible things in the best possible explanation I gave you. Right. So if any small doubt is there, work on it. Execute the program. Program चला लो. Right. So किसी से पूछने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Right. गोविंद मिश्रा समझ में आया बेटा? Right. So right. So that is about structures and unions. Okay. And next we'll move on to arrays. Speed up. So what is the simple okay definition of the array? I think there are some other branch students also there. Okay, note down the points. Note down first point. Actually not required. Computer science student don't write. Non-computer science student you can write. Okay, array is a collection of similar kind of elements. Note down. First point, array is a collection of similar kind of elements. Simple definition of the array. Array is a collection of similar kind of elements. And the second point, array elements will be stored. Second point, array elements will be stored in a continuous manner. Array elements will be stored in a continuous manner, continuous locations, continuous manner. Array elements will be stored in a continuous manner. Next, third point. Array supports random access. Array supports random access. Random access means time complexity. Time complexity. Okay, to access your element. Random access means what? Constant. Okay, time complexity is a constant time, order of 1. Okay, time complexity to access your element. Okay, that is a constant time. Okay, right. I think computer science student, everybody knows this, but in case if non-computer science, so just note down. Okay, note down. The first one is so one dimensional array. So let's say integer a of 10. Okay, a of 10 means what? Integer a of 10 hai. So a of 10 means how it will be? Okay, array index start with what? Okay, 0 to 9. Okay, otherwise you will confuse. Okay, array a of 10, 0 to 9. Okay, a of 10. So don't confuse, just for easy understanding I am writing here. So let's say, okay, you are having the elements like this. Okay, so that is 10, 20, okay, 100. Okay, now look at here. So this is called as what? Okay, lower bound. This is called as a lower bound. Copy karo. This is called as a upper bound. Array index always start with what? 0. Array index always start with the 0. So integer a of 10, this is how you declare, but this is just for understanding purpose I am writing. Don't confuse that. सर ऐसा भी लिखते यहाँ पे डबल इक्वल टू होता है, नहीं होता है. डबल इक्वल यहाँ पे भी एक इक्वल टू, यहाँ पे भी इक्वल टू, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Okay, just for understanding purpose I am writing. Okay, हाँ, some understanding purpose I am writing. Okay, array index always start with what? 0. So copy karo, copy that. Okay, so now let's say you are having so 10 elements like this. So it's 100, 102, 104, 106. Copy karo. 108, 110, 112, 114, 116, 118. Copy this. This is a of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So copy this carefully, and this 1D array is different. Whatever we study already arrays, and that is different. Yeah, generally there is no holidays. Okay, holiday is there on Monday, right? So you can take holiday on Monday, because when the teacher is busy, then only the holiday comes. When the teacher is busy, then is a holiday. If the teacher is not available, okay, for the scheduling purpose, the teacher is not available, and then you will have holiday. Otherwise, no holiday in Medici. Okay, right? Very rare. Holiday is based on only two things: teacher is busy on some work, or maybe teacher is not available, maybe scheduling. Okay, maybe 1-2 days gap, you will have holiday. Otherwise, there is no holiday. Right. So Monday you are having holiday, so you can plan. Monday holiday means what? Only my class. My class. Data structures class is holiday. If other class is going on, so that will continue. Right. Okay. Right. So repeat the first point. Abhishek, that what was the first point? Array is a collection of similar kind of elements. Right. So we are copied. Okay. So now just listen here. So you want to find out location of A of 8. So just listen carefully. You want to find out location of A of 8. Listen carefully. Next. Okay. How you are going to find out location of A of 8? Tell me what is the location of A of 8? 116. So how we are going to find out this? So here the size of every element is what? 2 bytes because it's integer. So size, okay, we generally take 2 bytes. Okay, right. Understand here, I want to find out location of A of 8. So first you take what? Base address. Now tell me how you will get the base address. Array name without subscript. Array name without subscript. Okay, array name without subscript, okay, is considered as what? Okay, array name without subscript will contain the base address. You know that. So you take the base address. Now next, and you want to go to what? Okay, 8th element. Listen here, A of 8. Okay, right. So generally, I want to find out location of A of 8. Listen carefully. Next, your question will be difficult. And I will change the negative indexes. So listen carefully. Right? I want to find out location of A of 8. So look in here. This is the location of A of 8. So if you want to go to the 8th location, okay, 8th element, you need to cross this many elements. All these elements you have to cross. Listen carefully. Right? So base address place, and you want to go to location number 8, A of 8. You want location of A of 8. So go to your 8th location means 8 minus 0 elements you need to cross. Okay, look at here, total this many elements you have to cross. Now look at here, 0 to 7 elements, this many elements you have to cross. Now tell me 0 to 7, how many elements are there? 8 elements are there. Listen carefully. So 8th place you want to go. You need to cross this many elements, 0 to 7. 0 to 7, how many elements are there? 8 elements are there. So this is 8 minus 0 elements you have to cross. 8 minus 0 elements you have to cross. What is this 0 here? Okay, very important. This is a lower bound. Okay, that is a lower bound. What is the lower bound you are having? 0 here, right? Right? So 8 minus 0 elements you have to cross. And next, size of the element will be what? 2. 2 is the size of the element. So that is 100 plus 8 into 2. So that is how much here? 116. Copy this. So this is how you are going to find out the location. Copied? Right. So understand here. So this is how, okay, you find out, okay, location of A of 8. So remember, array index always start with a 0. Why array index always start with 0? Okay, we'll understand that. Okay, if it is not starting with a 0, what is going to happen? Okay, you will understand that now. Next. Now understand here, okay, I want to find out same thing. Listen here, location of A of 5. Tell me. I want to find out location of A of 5. Then how you are going to find out? Location of A of 5 means, so base address is 100. So base address is 100. I want to go to 5th place. You want to go to 5th place. Okay, it means you need to cross how many elements? I want to find out location of A of 5. So 0 to 4. 0 to 4. This many elements you have to cross. And remember, 0 to 4, how many elements are there? 5 elements are there. So you want to go to 5th place. 5 minus 0 elements you have to cross. And remember, what is this 0 here? Okay, what is this 0? 0 is what? Lower bound. So what is this here? Lower bound. So multiply with what? 2. 2 is the size of the element. So look at here. So that is 100 plus 5 into 2 is how much here? 10. So that is a 110. So this is the location of A of 5. So location of A of 5 is a 110. Right. So next, note down the question. Note down the question. A of minus 65 to plus 736. Okay, base address is 6500. And next, size of the element is 8. Size of the element is 8. So I want to find out location of A of 639. So find out this. Don't use calculator. Okay, calci use nahi karna hai. Okay, you can use calci only maybe for final addition or anything, but try to minimize the calci. Try to minimize the calci. So find out location of okay, this is a lower bound and this is the upper bound. Lower bound is minus 65, upper bound is a 736. Base address BA. Base address is 6500. Size of the element is 8 bytes. Okay, I want to find out location of 639. So find out that. Jaldi. Calculation speed up होना चाहिए. Calculation should be fast. What happened? Everyone is getting different answer. 121, 32. Okay. So understand here. So base address is what? 6500. So base address is 6500. Okay. And I want to go to what? Okay. Location number 639. Location number 639. Is that clear? Right. Location number 639. Tell me, you want to go to location 639 minus. Where is the, okay, how many elements you have to cross? You want to go to 639 location. You need to cross how many elements? 639 minus 65. This many elements you have to cross. Is that clear? Minus 65 you have to cross. Is that clear? What is this? Okay, same thing. You are okay subtracting 0. What is this 0 here? Lower bound. So here the lower bound is minus 65. So total this many elements you have to cross and every element is having what? 8 bytes. Okay, every element is having 8 bytes. Just find out this value. So I don't know what is the exact answer. So majority is giving this answer. So just check it out. 12132. So majority are giving that answer. So just check it out. Next. Okay. Next, take the next question. Question number 2. Note down a of minus 736. Okay, to plus plus 692. Okay, and base address is 7800, and the size of the element is 9 bytes. So I want location of a of, so find out this location of a of 597. So find out this location of a of 597. So directly the questions are coming in this manner. So speed up. Right. So just understand here. So what is that base address is what? So you can find out base address is 7800 plus. So you want to go to the location number 597 minus. You need to cross how many elements? Minus 736. This many elements you have to cross and multiply with the size of the element is 9. So that is 19797. So this is the answer. Right. So just check it out. So somebody giving right answer, somebody giving wrong answer. 19797. Okay, right. Now tell me, so keep it as a note. Write down the formula. Write down the formula. A of lower bound to upper bound. Base address is BA. Size of the element is yes. Size of the element is yes. Okay, right. So then I want to find out location of A of I. Write down the formula, generalized formula. Write down the formula. Right. So generalized formula. Right. Copy this. Note me first point. Right. What is the okay? Generalized formula. Location of A of I. So base address plus. Okay. I want to go to the element location of I. Ith location I want to go. So it means you need to subtract I minus lower bound. So multiply with what? Size of the element. Yes. Is that here? Right. Why lower bound is 10? Okay, where is lower bound 10? Okay, here lower bound is 0, right? So carefully understand. So this is the formula, right? Understand here. Anu, in the previous example, why lower bound is 0? It should be 10. Where is 10? In the lower bound is 0. It is given, right? Lower bound is 0 in the previous example here, right? Okay, is having a of 10, total 10 elements. Total 10 elements. This is the total. This is not the lower bound. Understand here. This is not the lower bound. And these are what? 10, 20, 30 elements. These are the values. They are the values. This is the lower bound. Okay, right. Don't confuse. And the next, okay, understand here. So this is the formula. Now second point. Now tell me why array index always start with 0. So just a simple point. Why array index always start with 0? If it is not starting with the 0, then what is required? This additional subtraction is required. Look at here. You are doing this subtraction here, and you are doing this subtraction here. Okay, you are doing this subtraction operation here. In case if it is starting with a 0, it was always starting with 0. Do you require this subtraction? Not required. If it is always starting with 0, listen here. If it is 0 here, then what you will do? Simply no need of this subtraction. You can simply say 597 multiply with 9. In case if it is starting with 0 here, this subtraction not required. You can simply say 639 multiply with 8. That's it. So, okay, look at here. If this 0 is there, this subtraction is not required. Okay, if 0 is not there, this additional subtraction is required. Is that here? So it is unnecessary. Why to do that unnecessary subtraction? Okay, not required. So that is the reason they decided that array index should always start with what? 0. Is that here? So that is the reason array index always start with what? 0. Okay, right? So keep it as a note. Second point. Array index always starts. Array index always starts with the 0. Array index always start with 0 because array index always start with 0. Otherwise we need to perform one extra subtraction operation. Otherwise, we need to perform one extra subtraction operation. Is that here? Right. So understand here. So that is the reason. Okay, array index always start with what? 0. Is that clear for everyone? Right. So if it is not starting with 0, you require that additional subtraction is required. So it is always starting with 0. You simply say I multiply with s. Because this is always 0. Then you don't require this subtraction. Okay, simply say I multiply with s. So if this are not starting with 0, otherwise we need to perform one extra subtraction. Is that clear? So that is the reason array index always start with what? 0. Is that clear? Right. So now remember, if you are attending any interview, just listen carefully. Right. If you are attending an interview and somebody is asking, like in the interviewer, okay, so interviewer asking like why array index always start with 0. Okay, is asking this question. Okay, why array index always start with 0? Then you are simply saying, okay, directly, if array index always start with 0, otherwise you need to perform one extra subtraction. Okay, just ऐसा नहीं बोलना है. Don't say like that. Is that clear? So if you say directly that answer, okay, otherwise you need to perform an extra subtraction. It means he will understand that, okay, you already studied, you are already taken the coaching, okay, right? So already studied. So what you have to say, okay, what you have to do, okay, if the question is asking, in the interview they are asking, why array index always start with 0? Then what you have to do? Okay, so take some time. Okay, think. So take paper and pen. Okay, so take some one example. Okay, so take this example. Maybe. Okay, right. So take other example also. So do some rough work. Take 1 minute time. Okay, so then make some calculation. Observe. Okay, you act like okay, you are studying there only. there only you are understanding that what is the question is asking. So after doing some work, okay, some example, then you will say, okay, so then you will tell him that, okay, if the array index is not starting with a 0, so then we need to perform one extra subtraction. So these are the examples. Okay, so you show him in a proper way. Is that clear? So that is how, okay, you have to do in the interview. It is not like, okay, directly giving the answer. Okay, so take some time, think, okay, act like, okay, you are studying there only. Act like, okay, you are thinking first time there in the interview. Is that clear? That is how you have to give the interview. Is this clear for everyone? Right. So let's have a break. So after the break, so we will continue with the 2D array. Okay, we'll study row measure order, column measure order, and also we'll study, okay, lower triangular matrix, and everything we'll study whatever is okay, remaining. So now the time is 8:15. Let's take the break. So 8:35. So let's take the break for 20 minutes. So after the break, okay, we'll continue. Is that clear? Right. So see you after the break.